Emma clutched the thin hospital sheet tighter around her, blinking back the tears stinging her tired eyes. Her body ached, her heart throbbed even worse. Just hours ago, she had delivered a baby girl Ava prematurely, after 7 months of a complicated pregnancy. But instead of holding her hand, instead of whispering comfort into her ear like she had imagined during all those lonely nights, Daniel stood at the foot of the bed, disappointed. Disgusted. Emma had once believed Daniel was her soulmate. A strong, church-going man who promised her forever. They married young, full of dreams. But life, as it often does, began to test them. When Emma became pregnant, they were thrilled at first. But at her 4-month checkup, doctors warned her that her pregnancy would be high risk. Emma was diagnosed with placenta previa, a condition that meant she needed almost complete bed rest. She had to quit her job. She couldn't cook, couldn't clean, couldn't keep the house the way Daniel liked it. Slowly, love turned into complaints. Complaints turned into contempt. He'd stopped looking at her the same way. "You just lie there all day while I do everything," he'd mutter under his breath. "You're not even a wife anymore." Emma tried. She did. She sent him sweet messages. She tried to smile even when her back felt like it would snap. But the weight of judgment in Daniel's eyes grew heavier every day. The day she went into labor early, Daniel wasn't even home. He was at the gym. Emma called 911 herself. The birth was complicated. Ava was tiny, breathing with the help of a machine. The doctors whisked the baby away before Emma could even touch her. And now, hours later, her husband, the man who once cried at their wedding vows, stood before her like she was some broken object he no longer wanted. "You couldn't even give me a normal child," he spat. That's when Dr. Lee stepped in. Dr. Lee, a middle-aged pediatrician with tired but kind eyes, had overheard Daniel's words. She didn't wait. She stepped between them, her gaze firm. "Mr. Carter," she said calmly but sternly, "your wife just risked her life to bring your daughter into this world." Daniel scoffed. And look what came of it. Dr. Lee didn't flinch. "Do you know what we found when Ava was delivered?" She looked at Emma, who nodded faintly. There was a rare uterine rupture. If Emma hadn't gone into labor when she did, she and your baby could have both died within the hour. Daniel froze. Dr. Lee stepped closer. "Your daughter is alive because this woman, this mother, held on. 4 months. Through unbearable pain. She lost weight. She lost strength. But she didn't complain. She protected your child with everything she had left." Emma turned her face away. She didn't want to cry in front of him again. But Daniel broke. That night, he didn't leave the hospital. He sat beside Emma's bed in silence for hours. When she stirred at 3 a.m., she found him staring at the tiny hospital bracelet in his hands, eyes swollen. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I was scared. I didn't know how to handle it. I failed you." Emma looked at him, tired but steady. "I didn't need you to be perfect, Daniel. I just needed you to believe in me." Tears slipped down his face. "I do now. I just hope it's not too late." Ava spent 2 weeks in the NICU. Every day, Emma sat beside her daughter. And slowly, Daniel came, too. He brought coffee. He asked questions. He started listening. One night, as they watched their daughter's tiny chest rise and fall in the incubator, he reached for Emma's hand. "I know I said terrible things," he murmured. "But if you let me, I want to make it right." It wasn't an instant fix. Healing never is. But Emma saw something shift in him. Not just guilt, but growth. He attended parenting classes. He stayed up late rocking Ava when she cried. And one day, as they finally brought Ava home, Daniel turned to Emma and said something she'd never forget. "I called you useless, but you turned out to be the strongest person I've ever known."